Listen up, everybody, have you heard the news?
Got a brand new show
It's breaking all the rules.
Started out from VA
And now we on the move.
from local to global.
Cause we got something to prove. We came from the bottom, now we at the tippy top.
To hold it down for our people.
Cause we all we got.
This is
Cold, cold world, but we keeping it hot. Put you on the line, ain't no time to stop.
all work over here.
Still we having fun.
Yeah, we say it like it is.
Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team, yeah, we getting it done. And shout out to Travell, yeah, you number one.
It started with a dream and
Turn
turned
into a vision.
to educated new generations
Is our mission.
Ears to the streets, yeah, we steady politicking. If it
Ain't about to change, mind your business.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it.
Yo, what up? This your boy Super K from Super Sound Lounge, rocking with your favorite podcast, Wait Again a Minute, listed on all platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Spotify. Y'all already know the vibe. Tune in.
Welcome to another episode of Wait Again Minute Podcast. Today is Thursday, March the 24th, 2022. Episode tonight, we have another special guest. You know, it's March Madness.
March Madness.
So we're going to have fun with this one. So we have Mr. Dantwan Gatlin.
Yes.
So how are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm good. Well, we thank you for accepting our invitation to come on Wait Again Minute Podcast.
Yes, appreciate you. It's an honor to be here.
Okay, well, we're going to rock and roll then.
Yes, let's get to it.
Okay, so can you introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners of Wait Again Minute Podcast?
Yes. My name is Dantwan Gatlin. I was born and raised in Suffolk, Virginia. I moved away for a little while, and I became this celebrity booking agent, tour manager, do a lot of great things.
Okay, so how did you get into doing that?
It's crazy, right? I used to work at the shipyard, Newport News Shipyard.
I don't believe that because you are too clean up here today.
So I used to work at the Newport News Shipyard, and it's kind of like what people saying now. I manifested everything I'm doing now.
Okay.
So I used to be at work all the time, and I used to tell my coworkers, man, I'm gonna be with the celebrities, I'm gonna be working with them, and different things like that. And if you ever worked at the shipyard or know somebody that worked at the shipyard, it's a good place. You make good money, but it's a lot of negativity there.
Right.
It's a lot of crabs in the barrel mentality. So everybody I was working with, you ain't gonna do that. You're gonna be here 30 years. You're gonna blah, 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 blah. And I walked away one day from it all. With no plan.
Just point blank period. Just said, I'm gone.
Yeah, I said, if I don't make this move now, I'm never gonna make it.
Right.
So I stepped out on faith and I left, and I took off from there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I took off from there. Yep.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about you growing up. Like, how were you?
Growing up, I was the only child. I went to school. Here in Suffolk. I went to Booker T, John F. Kennedy, and graduated from Lakeland, class of 04.
Boo.
Class of 04. I was always a to myself kind of person, always dressed nice. I used to do music, so that's how I kind of got into what I'm doing now. But I used to do music back when I was in high school and middle school. And, I always had a love for it. I used to save my little allowance and go to concerts and stuff like that.
Wow.
So I kind of manifested everything early, at a young age to what I'm doing now.
So when you were doing the music, like what type of music you were doing? R&B? You were rapping?
I was rapping. Hell
no.
I wasn't dressed like this, but I was rapping.
You were rapping. I
Yeah.
can't see it. I
Yeah.
can't see it. Were you good at it?
Yeah, I was very good. I was very good. I didn't write. I could just listen to a beat over and over and just do the lines in my head, kind of like Jeezy and Biggie or whatever like that. Had my own studio.
Okay.
I used to let all the other local rappers come to the crib and record. And we had a little situation happen, and I just kind of fell out of love with it and wanted to be more on the business side of it.
Okay.
But I always loved music, R&B, rap, old school. I just always loved music.
Okay. So when you were at the shipyard and they were telling you, no, you're going to be here for the rest of your life and this and the third, how did you feel at that moment? At any time, did it get you down, or did you actually believe what they was telling you?
It used to get me down, because when you got a dream and you got a vision, it's not always everybody's purpose to see your vision and your dream. And
Right.
so when I was telling them all the things that I was going to be doing, they just all thought I was crazy. They thought I was losing my mind because anybody that worked at the shipyard, especially at that time, and I'm sure now, you make a lot of money. It's money that probably none of us have ever made, coming out of high school or whatever like that, with the overtime and how much you're getting paid an hour. So they looking at me like, you doing good here. Why are you thinking about leaving and going to do? They thought it was a fairy tale. They thought like, who leaves a job and becomes to be that person that's around those celebrities and doing those different things. So it's crazy. One day I just got fed up with it. I just got tired of hearing the negativity. I got tired of being around that negative energy. And I told everybody my goodbyes and I walked off and haven't looked back since.
Wow. So at that moment, can you put us exactly where you were, like in your mind when you tell everybody goodbye and then you just leave and then you go home? You're like, what the hell I done done?
Yeah. So what happened was when I left, I had to think of a plan, right? Because I just left a job paying, I was getting at that time about $60K or better a year. And so I had to think of a plan of how I'm gonna keep this money coming in, how I'm gonna, afford where I'm living, take care of the people that I'm taking care of. So I came up with a plan. This is gonna be real funny. I said, okay, I got to get close to these celebrities, right? What is a way that I can get close to the celebrities? So I was like, well, I ain't really big enough to be no security guard. I mean, I don't think I got it for that.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna be a cameraman. So what I did was I bought a bunch of camera equipment. I got really good at being a photographer and videographer. So what I would do is I would inbox and DM all the promoters in different cities.
Okay.
To shoot their artists when they come to town, like Bootsy, Jeezy, Kevin Gates, anybody you can name. But I only did that to get close to the artists and their managers to get the contacts from them. Because when you're taking people pictures and doing their videos, you got to have somewhere to send the pictures
absolutely.
and the videos to. So the artist was giving me their phone number, their email, their managers too. But they always looked at me funny. Because I used to be not in a suit, but I always dressed nice. And I looked like them.
Right.
So they looking at me like, you're not no cameraman. I said, yeah, I'm a cameraman. You know what I'm saying? I played that role until I built my contacts up big enough where I could walk away from it and start doing my own shows. So I only did that to get close to the artist.
Okay. But it actually worked though.
It actually worked. It might not work now,
right.
but it actually worked. Like I was on stage, backstage, dressing rooms, and the hotels with them. And they just like my personality and like, my work.
Your drive,
my drive. And they was willing to give me their personal phone numbers and emails. That's how I built up my contact list to be able to do my own shows with those same artists today. Okay. So the people I used to save up my allowance to go see at these concerts, I now work with them.
Okay. So now when you left your job, did you know what you wanted to do? Like I know you say you started as a cameraman, but did you know at that time what you actually wanted to do with it?
Yes, yes and no. I knew that I didn't want to have a boss. That was my biggest thing. I was tired of having a boss. I wanted to be my own boss. And like social media kind of hype us all up to that, right?
Yeah.
Nobody got a job, everybody a boss.
Everybody doing nothing, just taking pictures.
I got caught up in that. Like, man, I don't want to work for nobody. I feel like, I'm trading in my time for dollars, and the money they paying me is not worth me being here. I could be out doing my own thing, making 2-3 times this amount of money. So when I left, I knew I wanted to be in the entertainment business. I just didn't know what part of it.
What part, yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to do media, or if I didn't know if I wanted to be like a tour manager, but I just knew I wanted to work with the rappers and the R&B people closely, like a part of their management team or something like that. So when I left, that's what I had in mind.
Okay. So now when you let me ask you this. When you were working with them, did you ever see yourself like outside of that cameraman, like say, well, you know what? I can see myself as being a tour manager.
Yes.
Or I can see myself, because I think like sometimes when you have a vision, I think you have to have that, like I call it like an out of body experience to be able to see yourself in that place, in that position.
Yes.
Because if you can't see it, how you expect somebody to come behind you and support you, who you need to help you get to the next place. If you can't see it, then they can't see. You can't be able to explain it to them.
No, you can't. So what happened when I was taking the pictures, I was real close with the promoters, and the promoters and the club owners are the people that actually put the money up for the artists.
Right.
So I was like, wait a minute. they got all these people in here. They making all this money. I need to put this camera down,
Right.
and I need to do what they doing
Mhm.
because I was always a visionary. Like,
Okay.
even when I was at the shipyard, I was like, man, I'm making $22 an hour, but how much the owner making? The
Okay.
person who owned the shipyard, run the shipyard, or whatever. Even at the clubs when I was shooting them, I was like, man, the promoter or the club owner making all the money. I'm getting pennies on the dollar, but
Mhm.
it's an experience. I'm glad I did that because now I got my own camera team. They
Okay.
shoot me.
Okay.
So now I know, if they lacking on the job, if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Because you actually
I've done
started
it.
basically from the bottom.
I started from the bottom.
Yeah.
So they can't come to me, like saying it's going to take this long or it's going to cost this much because I already know it because I've
Right.
done it before.
Mhm.
And I think that helped me to grow and to be great in what I do now because I did every level of it.
Okay.
Like you said, I started from the bottom and worked my way up.
Right.
So it helped me just to have that experience and that knowledge to do what I'm doing
To do
now.
what you're doing. Yeah, because I think like sometimes when you've been there, you can respect it a little better
Mhm.
versus just, some people just born with it or, something like that.
Yes.
But now, what is it actually that you actually do?
Okay, so I got a couple different roles. I'm a manager for a lot of clients. I'm a tour manager that's basically going on the road with different artists, and I'm a celebrity booking agent as well. So that means I book talent for a lot of other people in other different markets. Like I got, I do stuff in St. Louis. I do stuff in
Okay.
Pittsburgh. I just got Rocky Mountain. I do stuff in Richmond, DC, a bunch of different areas, Texas as well.
Okay.
So basically, the club owners or the promoters in that town, if they don't have access to a celebrity, they can contact me and I can book them for them for a commission. And I get the celebrity or the artist to come to their town, perform,
Mhm.
take pictures, and do stuff like that.
Okay, now so when you're doing that, do you actually have to be there, or do you have to does your job stop with just booking them?
Well, see, for me, I go over and beyond for the people that I work with. So I actually go to the events
Okay.
just to make sure that the artist is doing what they're supposed to be doing, that they're not being a-hole,
Mhm.
they taking pictures, they're doing everything they're supposed to do. So usually if I book for somebody, that's it. But I just go over and beyond for people, and I just try to be there to make sure that everything goes smooth and that we can do more business together. And they actually like when I'm there because
Right.
I help them out. I show them different things to do, how to set up VIPs and sell tickets and open an app. So I kind of help them structure the event as well.
Right. That's actually good though, because because at the end of the day, your name is kind of on the line.
Yes, it is.
The promoter paid the money or whatever, they're gonna look at you with the initial contact.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you don't want to have bad business. So
Yeah.
you go and make sure everything is okay.
Yeah, I don't want the relationship with the artist or
Mhm.
the actual promoter to be
Right.
messed up
That's
because,
right.
like you said, it's all gonna come back on Twan.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Twan have me in this rinky-dink club?
That's
Or
right.
it was unsafe or whatever like that.
Right. Mhm.
On the promoter end, why did Twan have this guy come 10 minutes before we close, or he didn't do the video
Right.
drop or whatever like that? So I'm kind of like the mediator to make sure that everything goes smooth. And then I do my own shows myself. I put my own money up and bring
Okay.
the artists myself as well.
Okay.
Okay, so one thing, congratulations on Jeezy.
Thank you so much.
I know you had something to do with that. Was that your show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how was that with him being like a big name? And how was that putting it all together? And did you have a team? Like, and how was it?
Miss Go Good, you gave him about 6 questions. at
Yeah,
once.
because it's all the same thing, It's
Yeah.
like one, I was just congratulating, but the whole thing, putting it together, selling the tickets.
Yeah.
Did you run all that yourself?
I ran it, but I did have a team.
Okay.
Because you can't be at more than one place at one time.
That's
So
right.
I did have a team of people to help me promote and put things together and partner on the show. And I sold Jeezy out that night. I sold CeeLo Green out that night as well. So I had
Okay,
two
so you
shows that
had
night.
2 shows that night.
Two
So
shows
which
at the
one were
same
you
time.
at?
I went to both.
Really?
Yeah, I went to both. Yeah.
Okay, so Jeezy was in Norfolk, Virginia.
CeeLo was in
CeeLo
Hampton.
in Hampton, Virginia. Okay. So how did you go about selling the tickets for both shows? Did you get help? Did you hire someone to promote?
Yeah, for the Jeezy show, you can pretty much buy tickets online.
Okay.
But we had a street team as well,
Okay.
to push tickets and to pass out flyers and stuff like that. And even me, I still get out there and pass out flyers,
Right,
hang
that's
on
right. Okay.
posters, sell tickets, kiss the babies, hug the women,
Yeah, I
shake
ain't gonna
guys'
say that
hands.
to you.
I still get out there because, when you got a product or a service or a business, it's good for people to see you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is.
And some people only want to deal with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I still get out there and show my face and talk to people and different things like that because people will support you just because of that, the customer service,
Right.
the experience, how it was when they called you on the phone or when they met you for that ticket. And everybody, and this is something I want to tell your listeners, everybody not going to be passionate about your stuff like you are.
Right.
That's
no,
right.
they're not.
Everybody not going to be out 2:00 in the morning putting flyers on cars and taking phone calls and different things like that.
Right.
Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to be the janitor.
That's right.
Right.
Sometimes
exactly.
you got to be the cameraman. Sometimes you got to be the person,
Mhm.
doing all these different things when it's your stuff, when it's
Exactly.
your event. So me, I don't let my pride or I don't let my head get too big where I can't step down and sweep the floor.
That's
Mhm.
right.
I can't escort the people inside the building. I can't get them their bottles. I never get too big-headed where I can't do that.
Right.
So with that situation, we had a street team and we had an online website with the NorVA where people could buy tickets. And for Hampton, we have a membership only lounge over there where people have to be members to come and see. the
Okay,
acts
so
over
he
there.
was at that membership line. I know what you're talking
CeeLo,
about. Okay.
CeeLo Green was at the membership only lounge. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so how was it though, due to the fact you had both at the same time?
Yes.
How did you manage that time with making sure both artists are okay, making sure both venues are okay with everything, and the people who bought tickets that might have issues once they get in?
It was a challenge because not only did I have them events, I had another event the next day in Richmond with Jeezy. So I had 3 at the same time. So basically what I did was, this was a challenge to myself, right?
Mhm.
I always set goals and barriers for myself. I said to myself, I never seen nobody in this area be able to conquer hip hop and R&B at the same time on the same date. I did it on purpose. It was a
Mhm.
challenge to myself to see if I could do it. And a lot of people told me, again, you're crazy. How you gonna do that? You're gonna
Right.
have people not buy tickets for this one to go to this one. I said, listen, they both gonna sell out, they both gonna be a success, and people gonna have a good time. So it definitely was a challenge. It was a lot of nights not sleeping. It was a lot of nights not eating properly. It was a lot of nights
sure.
promoting, making sure that, because I had billboards up in every city. Like I said, had street team promotion. We did radio interviews. It was a lot, but when it's something you really want, sometimes you got to sacrifice your time and your energy
right.
to get to the end goal. And I knew I wanted the headline to be both shows sold out by the same person. The same
Yeah.
person was involved in both hip hop and rap at the same
Right.
time. Because I don't think, maybe, but I don't think it's ever been done like that, especially at the same time on the same day.
Right.
So you didn't have any problems with trying to sell the tickets? I would think the same thing too. Like, okay, now, but on the flip side, it might have been a little easier because majority of the ones that would see CeeLo probably aren't the ones that would want to see
Right,
Jeezy.
absolutely.
That's what I had in my mind, right? So this is what happened. It was people that wanted to see CeeLo, but when they saw Jeezy, they were like, no, we're going to Jeezy. And I was
Right.
like, wait a minute. This won't part of the plan, right? You know what I'm saying? But what happened was I catered to 2 different demographics.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
I felt like, some people want to go to like trap stuff, hip hop stuff, like ratchet,
Right.
have a good time.
Right.
Some people want to
Wanna
just go
chill.
sit down with their husband or their wife, put their suit on, listen to some good music, eat some
Right.
good food. So in my mind, I was like, it could really work. But
Right.
it definitely was a challenge trying to sell those tickets. But the key to this, and the part of my marketing brain, right? Tax time, it's around weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People got money, people want to go outside. And then this was the first shows that the COVID vaccination policy ended.
Okay.
So in my mind, I was like, this is gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a smash.
Everybody
People
gonna
want
be
to go
outside.
outside anyway, but they don't want all the limitations.
Right.
Because at first, for the NorVA, you had to have a vaccination card or a negative test result. So a lot of people wasn't going to the NorVA because of that. Some people are against it, some people are not.
Right.
But some people felt like they shouldn't have to do that to go see a concert.
Right.
So I was faced with all those obstacles. But you know what? it just made me tougher. It made me stronger. It made me realize a lot of things, and it made me also too to see what my team could do.
Right.
Okay.
Because, like I said, it's hard for me to do everything. So
Mhm.
I had people, that when I couldn't pass out flyers, when I couldn't put up posters, I had people doing that. When I couldn't set up the radio interviews, I had people doing that.
Okay.
So I had people in place to do it, but nobody's gonna truly work like you work.
That's
And
right.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna handle your baby as you would.
Yes.
But okay, so if you had to pick one of those jobs, which one would you pick out of the tour manager, the entertainment,
The booking agent,
yeah.
all those different things. I would say I like being the tour manager the most because I got more control of it. And even though when I'm booking for other people, they kind of let me come in and change things around and do things.
Right.
With being the tour person, with being the show manager and the tour manager, I kind of got more control over what's going on. So like if I want these lights orange, they're gonna be orange. If I want a picture booth over here, it's a picture booth going over there. I don't really gotta ask nobody to do nothing or get nobody permission or talk to a partner or something like that. When I like being in control because I know how to market. I know how to set things up. I know what people like. I know what people don't like. And I'd rather that because I don't got to answer to too many people.
Okay.
So explain exactly what is a tour manager? What a tour manager actually do?
So a tour manager basically is you book the artist, you book the show or the tour. So basically, like let's say the Anthony Hamilton tour just came, right? Anthony Hamilton, Maxwell, and Joe. A tour manager is a person that sets up everything. They purchase the artist, they purchase the venue, they set up the ticket sales and what time the door open, concession stands, picture booths, vendor tables, all of those different things. Opening acts, radio, they do it all.
They do it all.
So they may have an assistant or a partner, but they're the person that everybody calls. So like with that, everybody calls Twan. If something wrong, they call Twan.
Right.
It's a lot of pressure, but I'd rather handle it than send somebody else to do it because they may not have the expertise that I have doing it. Okay. I'm almost 10 years in, so I know a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about certain things. So I like that part of it because I can handle it more, and then I'm directly dealing with people versus dealing with a middleman or middlewoman.
Right.
It's me and that person talking. And so like I would rather do that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So would you rather work by yourself, like, more so than because I can't imagine like you having all of these jobs and in the industry that you're in, people trying to get in just because of the lights, camera, action, right?
Yes.
So it kind of makes me think that you have a hard time trusting people.
Yes, I do. When it comes to business and even personal life, it just, certain things that's happened in my past and, me being the only child has made me that way. It's made me to realize that you got to get this done if you got 20 people with you or if it's just you by yourself.
That's right.
And I just always been one of those people that I'm going to go get them. If the odds against me, if my back against the wall, if I got a lot of pressure on me, I'm going to come out at the end.
Right.
And a team is good. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of people that willing to assist me, help me with anything that I want to do, partner with me, pass out my flyers and all that stuff. But again, like I said, nobody's going to do it how you do it.
Right.
When I'm out 2 a.m, they're in the bed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
When I'm editing, because I edit my own promo videos and everything. When I'm editing my promo videos and pictures that I want on the sponsor ads and stuff like that, I'm up 3, 4 in the morning. They sleep.
Right. Yeah.
Or they got to go to work, or they got to go get their kids or whatever like that. This is my life.
Right. That's right.
And for everybody, it ain't their life.
Yeah.
My life is to make sure that people are safe and to make sure that people have a good time.
A good time. Yeah.
It shows I've done 5 years ago. People still talking about to this day.
And it's about memories because you want people to, some people have a hard time paying for whatever it is, that they want, like coming to a show, right?
Yes.
So you want them to have the best experience as possible, especially on your end.
Yes.
If the artist is just messed up, fruitcake, then that's just what it is. But at least you have created that ambiance for them.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
That, you know what? Okay, I already know when Twan having a show, I already know how it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, Mike and them having a show, they bringing down, who, whatever big name, but then everything around it is garbage.
It's garbage.
Right.
And I'm about like just making people feel good and making
Right.
people just feel like they VIP when they walk in the
Mhm.
building. Like, I know a lot of my customers by first name basis. You know what I'm saying? I'm still out there greeting them and coming off the stage to give them a hug and to thank them for coming and all that stuff when I shouldn't be. But
Mhm.
people like that about me. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
make them feel good. I tell them I appreciate them for spending their money with me,
Right.
for giving me their time for that particular amount of hours.
Right.
That's right.
And I just provide people with an experience that, a lot of people don't provide. See, it's one thing to get your money one time.
Mm-hmm.
If I get over on you or the artist don't show up or you just didn't have a good time, you're never going to spend money with me again.
Yeah,
Right.
But if I provide you with an experience,
that's right.
but I provide
Mhm.
you with a memory, you're going to always, anything I got going on, you're going to come.
You don't come.
Because
Mhm.
the artist is coming, you're going to have a good time, it's going to be in a nice establishment, and you're going to be safe.
Right.
Big on safety, because we hear
Right.
about so many things
Them
that
going
happen
on,
at these
yeah,
shows,
that's
especially
right.
the rap shows.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just try to give people a memory that they'll never forget.
Okay.
So,
I
how
get it.
often do you put on a show?
Before COVID, I probably was doing 3 to 5 shows a month.
Okay.
Once COVID came, of course, everything slowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how did you maneuver around that?
Around COVID, I just had to get real creative with how to make money and keep money coming in. I invest in the stock market. I invest in crypto. I started teaching classes. I also do business consultations with different businesses,
Okay.
showing them how to market
Mhm.
and promote their business,
Mhm.
showing them how to get exposure, new clients.
Okay.
We got people that help them build their websites and get funnels for them and sponsor ads and different things like that. So I got a lot of many hats. I just don't name them all.
Right.
But when COVID came, it just made me realize you can't have all your eggs in one basket.
Right. You had to
Mhm.
be creative.
If
Right.
you got a job, you just can't have that job because a lot of people got laid off, got fired,
That's right.
different things
Mhm.
like that. You
Mhm.
have to have multiple streams of income in
Exactly.
order to make it.
You
Multiple
do.
streams of income is a necessity now.
Yeah, it
You
is.
have to have it.
It
Because,
is.
when COVID came, none of us expected it. None of us was prepared for it. And I don't
Mhm.
care how much money you got. It
Mhm.
affected everybody.
It
Everybody. Yeah,
did.
it
It
did.
really
We
did.
weren't prepared for it.
No.
But now that we went through it, now we know how to go through it if it come back again or if
Okay,
another
yeah.
situation like that come again.
Mhm.
So it taught me just to be more versatile, to have more than one thing going on, to spread my wings a little bit, and not just have all my eggs in the
And one
entertainment
thing.
business.
That's right.
Because that killed the entertainment business.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
For
I'm
Yeah,
almost
sure.
2
I'm
years.
sure. Yeah,
It did.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And that's why they had started. It really allowed people to become very creative.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because COVID did a number to a lot of people.
Mhm.
But I think more so a lot of people mental was, kind of messed up or whatever.
Yes.
And people, family members were dying by the dozens or whatever.
Right.
So it was definitely something that we will never forget.
Yes.
Mhm.
But it really, during the pandemic, I think a lot of things happened for a lot of people.
It did.
Because during the pandemic, Wait Again Minute was birthed. So, like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes,
God.
yes.
Yeah.
And congrats on that. This
Thank
is a
you,
huge
thank you.
platform.
Yeah.
Thank you. So with that being said, do you get the support? Because, I'm looking at it like, when you're doing certain things, sometimes you don't get, some people get the support
Mhm.
more than others.
Right.
Yes, yes. I feel you on that. I felt it in my soul when you said that. Listen, my heart started jumping. Listen, with me, me being the only child, me coming up the way I came up, I don't always get all the support that I should get. But I just tell people like this. You can't be worried about who don't support you. You got to
Mhm.
take care of the ones that do, and the rest will follow.
Right.
It's people that talk about me like a dog, but they come to my shows. Those
Yeah.
same people that was doubting me at the shipyard, they
Mhm.
pay tickets to come to my shows or ask me to get on stage or VIP or different things like that. So I tell people, and I want to tell your audience, don't worry about nobody hating on you. Let
Right.
that be the fuel to your fire to keep
That's
going.
right. Absolutely.
Because nobody gonna hate on you if you ain't doing
If
nothing.
you ain't doing nothing. That's
A
right.
hater is only a person that sees your full potential before you truly blossom.
Mm,
That's a bar.
yeah.
They see where you head, and they just mad or upset or envious or jealous that it's not them in that
In that
situation.
position, yeah.
So you have people out there that won't come because it's Twan show.
Right.
But I don't be focused on that.
Yeah.
Because if I focus on that, I wouldn't have never got to where I am. You just got to let that motivate you to keep going, and eventually they ain't gonna have no choice.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I did
Yeah.
2 in one night, because even if you didn't like me or you didn't support me or you hated on me, that was the only thing going on that night.
Yeah. That's right.
So either
That's
you was
right.
gonna sit home
And
or you was gonna support Twan that
Yeah,
night
right.
because I had the city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So
Yeah.
that was
That's
a
right.
part of the plan too.
And you
as well.
you had both cities actually.
Yeah, both
You had
cities.
Hampton and
Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely get it. You know, a lot of times when people do things like that, it's just a distraction. And when you've been distracted, you get, you know, it stops you from moving forward
Yes.
because you're worried about that distraction or trying to address that
Mhm.
when you could be, you know, doing what you need to do to move further. So I definitely get it when you say also about let that be the fuel to your fire.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so definitely turn that thing around anytime you feel overwhelmed like that or feel like people don't support you.
Yeah.
Just continue to do what you do. So
Because it hurts, you know, because
Yeah.
you see certain people that you just know are going to support you,
Right.
or know that's going to come and just show
they
love.
be the ones that don't. Yeah.
They
And
be the one.
They
Right.
be the ones that don't.
Mhm.
That don't.
They be the ones that don't. And you know, I just tell people, no matter what kind of business you is, whether you selling hair or doing a podcast or you're a barber, you're gonna have haters. You're gonna have people that you knew came up with your family that's jealous and envious of you.
Mhm.
You cannot let that stop you, because one thing you don't want to do in this world, you don't want to live with regrets.
That's right.
Look at me,
That's right.
perfect example. I'm a testimony. Listen, when I was at the shipyard, if I would have listened to those people, I never would be where I am today.
Yeah,
I
that's
never
right.
would have worked with Cardi B, MC Light, Big Daddy Kane, all these different people if I would have listened to the people at the shipyard.
Right. So who was one of your favorite, the most memorable artists that you worked with? I know all of them probably your favorite, but
Yes. I think that my favorite and the one I'm most closest to is probably Jeezy.
okay.
And the reason why I say that is because we actually did a charity event in Portsmouth in 2019. Me and my
Okay.
partner at the time, we did a charity event at IC Norcom High School.
I remember that.
Jeezy came to the school. He stayed a day. He stayed a day after the show for free, didn't charge me. He talked to the kids, took pictures with them, gave them motivation and advice and everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say he's the closest because he was one of my favorite rappers growing up. He was one of those ones that I saved my allowance to go see
wow.
when he came to the shows.
Okay.
And then I got to work with him on a personal basis more than one time. Like I done Jeezy in Texas, St. Louis, Richmond, a bunch of different places.
Okay.
So I would say he's my favorite.
He's your favorite. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Now, how do you like on a day where you're feeling stressed and you're feeling like overwhelmed? What motivates you? What pushes you to move past that point?
Oh, this is gonna be good. What motivates me?
Sorry, Miss Go Get It. Miss Go Get It said she had that question too.
Oh, okay. This what motivates me. I want to be real strong on this point here for your audience. What motivates me is, you know, I got partners that's doing 20 years or better in the federal penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
I have clients. I had clients that the same age as me. Young Dolph was a client of mine.
Oh, wow,
Nipsey
okay.
I was close with Nipsey. All of us was around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the ground. So what motivates me every day is I could be in the ground or I could be behind those bars.
That's right.
The man upstairs, whoever you believe in, gave me more than one chance to be out here and to do what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I'm feeling down, I think about the people that's in the ground that I know personally,
Right.
and I think about the people that's behind those bars. Because at any given time, at any given situation, that could have been me in either one of those places.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I get down, I get anxiety, I get depressed, but I think about them.
Right.
They don't got the chance to do what I'm doing. I
That's right.
got more than one chance, and I done been through it all. I done been through some stuff that you'll cry right now if I told you, but I didn't let none of that defeat me. So when
Right.
I have those down days, I think about
Think about
Dolph.
those times.
I think about Nipsey. I think about, my partners this, behind those bars. And I just think to myself, man, I'm out here living free. I got my freedom. I got my sanity. I got my life. I'm healthy. You know what I'm saying? And, all that could have went away if I would have made a bad move or made the wrong turn or got in the wrong car or anything. So I'm just thankful and grateful that I have those people that was in my life and still in my life that motivate me to keep going, even when the days I don't feel like it, even when the days where I'm stressed. So I say that and just listening to music and going on a trip or something.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Now you're 35.
35.
Single.
Yes, single.
No kids.
No kids.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
It sounds like too good to be true.
Yeah. I get that a lot. You lying and stuff like that. But nah, I'm just, I'm solely focused on my career. I'm solely focused on my business. Like, I've reached a plateau in business where a lot of people haven't reached, but I know my full potential. It can go higher than this.
Right.
So, if I do decide to settle down or to be with someone or to have a family and kids, I just want somebody that's going to support me, good or bad. I just want somebody that's going to be there through the ups and the downs, because it ain't always sweet, in any of these businesses. And I just don't want somebody that's going to be a distraction nor hold me back to where I want to go. And I'm not against, being in a relationship, being married, having kids, but I just haven't found that person that, meets all those criteria that I need. Because the three biggest things I ask for is just trust, communication, and to have some kind of understanding, some kind of boundaries. That's it. I'm simple. I'm not hard to please. And just support me on what I got going on because I'm going to support you.
Right.
If you do hair, we both do hair. If you do nails, we both do nails.
That's
If
right.
you got a car wash, it's our car wash. I'm gonna promote it like it's mine.
Oh, so
Right.
you are about community.
Yeah, I'm about community.
Yeah.
I'm about lifting other people up. You'll hear a lot of people say that, they might think I'm self-centered or they might think I'm this way and that way. I'm not that. I just know my potential and I know who I am. And I think everybody should know that. I think everybody should feel good about themselves. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, how you expect others to look at you in a high regard?
That's right.
I big other people up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even with y'all platform, this is an amazing platform. Y'all got the camera set up, the lights, y'all got an intro, you got a soundboard. This take a lot of work. This take a lot of energy. So I just want to applaud y'all for what y'all doing, for the things y'all doing in the community, for the people y'all talk to, for the people that you give a voice that don't always have a voice.
Yeah.
Y'all put spotlight on a lot of people that don't have people listening to them to like that. And they're doing some amazing things in this area. So I just want to applaud you two ladies for just being so stand up, so being so solid and just being real and being a voice for the community, to the people, and connecting and bridging that gap because it's important.
Yeah, it is. Very much so.
So let me ask you, Antoine.
Okay.
What do you wear all these hats, right?
Yes.
And then not only do you wear different hats, you pretty much do the jobs that's under those hats.
Yes.
So
he's pretty much a Jamaican.
Right. He's doing everything.
Yeah, I'm a Jamaican.
So what do you do to relax?
Oh man.
What is an off day for Dantwan?
An off day is I'm going somewhere with some water at. I'm gonna fly to Miami or somewhere like that and just relax, eat some seafood. I love going to like jazz clubs and just listening to R&B or a live jazz band or something like that. That's why I love the situation we got over in Hampton. It just was my dream to have something like that.
Okay.
But I like traveling. I like shopping. I like, watching, TV. But I don't really get a lot of days like that. But when I need a day like that, I take it.
Yeah.
But I got stuff to do or not, I stop everything and just have one of those days because this could be stressful. Like I said, it's not all good days.
Yeah.
It's not all good days. You got, people complaining. You got so many people and so many things I got to deal with when it comes to this business.
Right.
Competition.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big thing, lies, rumors, all that stuff, media, all those different things. So sometimes I gotta take a break from it. Like perfect example, even for Jeezy, we had people out there, the show's gonna get canceled. He's not coming. He's not
Yeah.
going to perform. You got to
Mhm.
have a vaccination card. Just all that stuff to try to stop that show from being successful.
Right.
And one thing about it, you can't stop
You
what's
can't
meant for
stop.
me.
No,
No,
absolutely
you
not.
can't.
You can't
I
stop
don't.
what's
I
meant
don't
for me.
think that. I think that's something that a lot of people don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah,
That they really don't understand. Just that
yeah.
you can't stop what's meant for someone else.
No, you can't. You can't. If it's meant for y'all to be the biggest
Yeah.
platform, the biggest podcast in the world, we ain't talking about local.
Yeah,
We
we're
talking about global.
And we
Mhm.
Nobody
we
can
on
get.
our way.
Mhm.
Nobody can
Mhm.
get
Thank
in
you,
y'all
God.
way of that.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
You know, they can't.
Yeah,
You know?
Right.
I definitely believe that, and like what I really agree with what Miss Go Getter said, that people for some reason feel as though that they can stop something, but you have to realize anytime you do something like that, whatever you put out, good or bad, you get it back anyway.
You're gonna
get
get
it
back.
back.
So
Right.
you have to realize, like, okay, if you're trying to dig a hole for somebody or throw salt on somebody's name or whatever, you gotta realize you're gonna get that back.
You're gonna get it back.
Mhm.
Karma's real.
It is,
It
and
is.
it comes full circle sooner now than later.
It does.
Mhm.
It does. And I'm real big on energy
Yeah.
and just believing in the universe. And I believe in what I speak, right?
Okay.
Every day I get up and say, this is gonna be the best year of my life.
That's right. That's
Mhm.
right.
And so far, this has been the best year. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've done a lot of things in these last 3 months that people ain't done their whole career. And that
Right.
ain't shade.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
That's just being
That's true.
proud. That's just
Right.
being
Right.
like, wow, it really works when you say what you mean to the universe. I
Right.
say
Right.
every day when I get up, this is gonna be the best year of my life.
Right.
Mhm.
You have to command your day
Yeah.
how it's gonna be. Because if
Exactly.
not, then I mean, I don't understand some people. I mean, everybody think different or whatever, and I get that. But I'm just saying, no matter how your day starts off, start your day first of all before you hit the ground. Oh, today's gonna be a good day, and this and that is gonna happen today, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
And you actually believe that.
Yes.
And if it doesn't happen the way that you want it to, maybe midday or late afternoon, guess what? You still got the rest of the day.
Still got the rest of the day.
Mhm.
But guess what? It could have been another way.
It could have been another way. It could have been another way. You got to be
So-
grateful. You got to be thankful. And you got to be humble.
All things,
Because
absolutely.
a lot of people that do what I do ain't humble. I'm humble. Listen, all this can go tomorrow. But you know one thing? I got the mindset to get it back.
Yeah.
They can
Mhm.
take everything from me, every dollar, every suit, every contact.
I know you
But
didn't throw in
they
the suit.
can't. But they can't take
They
your
can't
ability
take
though,
that.
Yeah.
because
Can't take that.
because of your intellect and your ability
Right.
allowed you to do what you do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, well, with the help of God, of
Help
course.
of God.
Right.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
so they can strap you naked,
Yes.
but they can't take what's in here.
They can't take what's in there. I tell people
Mhm.
Yeah.
business is 90% mindset, 10% business. If you believe it, if you got it in your mind, you can do it. Anything is possible. Listen,
That's
I
right.
grew up in Suffolk,
Yeah.
Virginia, and the stuff I'm doing
Yeah.
is incredible.
You never
Mhm.
heard
You know
of
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah.
You know, it ain't seen a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm respected everywhere I go. People know me on a first name basis. You know what I'm saying? And it's just I had a dream and I manifested it. And I just tell people, no matter what your dream is, if you want to be a singer, if you want to be a actor, if you want to have your own podcast, if you want to have your own salon,
Right.
you can do it.
That's right. But you
Mhm.
have to be willing to put in the work though.
You have to
gotta
put
be-
in the work.
You got to
Yeah.
be willing to put in the work.
And that's the thing I think a lot of people nowadays are starting to miss.
yeah.
It's I want it microwave. I want it right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
in 5 seconds.
Yeah, you ain't
Yeah,
gonna
but you have
appreciate it.
Mm-mm.
No.
When you get it microwave, you're not gonna
Yeah.
appreciate it. I went through a lot of hurdles to get here, and it just made me more grateful and made me appreciative to get to where I'm at now. And the goal I have now is gonna be way bigger than anybody ever
Yeah.
imagined for me.
Mhm.
You know,
That's what I was
already
about to
see
ask
that.
you.
Yeah.
You know, I already see what's next. You know,
That's what I was about to ask you too.
So what's next?
Yeah, what's next? What you expect to do now? But first, before you answer that,
okay.
what I was going to ask you, have you ever had a show
Mhm.
where the show canceled, the artist didn't show up, or people were starting to ask for their money back?
Oh yes. Pittsburgh, Chief Keef. Only time that's ever happened. Chief Keef didn't show up.
Oh wow.
He's known for not showing up. I
Really?
just knew he was going to show up. He didn't show up. It was some management issues, and he didn't show up. So we had to give people their money back. You know, it wasn't our fault,
Mhm.
But we had to give people their money back, and it hurt me because I'm like, man, I'm on this winning streak, right?
Right.
And something like this happens, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
But you're not always in control of what the artist is doing and how they feeling
Mhm.
and stuff like that. You can only just make sure your paperwork is straight so you can
Right.
get your money back, or you
Right.
can go to court.
Right. So
And
which one did you do? Did you go to court?
yeah, we had to end up going to court, back and forth with court, getting the
Okay.
money back and different things like that.
Mhm.
And it just, and it may not even be him. It's probably his team.
Mhm.
But it just, when stuff like that happens, it put a sour taste in your
Yeah.
mouth,
Right.
That's right.
for that artist. And it may not even be their fault.
Right. It put a sour taste in your mouth as the tour manager or the promoter that put on the show.
Yes.
But for the customers that's coming to see the show, you put the sour taste in
I
their
put
mouth.
the sour taste in
Yeah.
their
Right.
mouth. It's like,
So it's like a
man,
domino effect.
It's a domino effect because it make you look bad.
Right.
And we made up for it, and
Yeah.
people, they was mad, but
Mhm.
they kind of knew it wasn't our fault. So
Mhm.
we ended up making up for it and giving
Okay.
people their money back and end up doing another show. But that's the only time in my career that ever happened.
Oh,
And
well,
so,
that's good.
And so now it just makes me double, triple check the
Right, that's
situation,
right.
the artist. And if it's an artist I'm leaning about or I don't think they're going to show up, I'm not going to book it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, because my name on the line, like y'all said earlier in the conversation, right? Even if I'm just booking it,
Mhm.
people say that's Twan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I ain't put a dime up, if I'm
Mhm.
promoting it, it's on my page, that flyer's up there, oh, that's Twan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So my name and my brand is up there. And I'm
Mhm.
real particular about that. I don't work with everybody.
Okay.
I turn out more money than I make because if I ain't feeling it, if the energy ain't there, I don't want no parts of it. Everybody ain't got good energy.
Yeah.
Right.
People,
Right.
I can show you my DM right now, 50,000, 100,000, whatever. And I'm good. I'm straight. Huh? Who
They don't
turned?
want to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
money ain't good money.
That's
All
right.
energy
I was about to
ain't
say.
good.
And that's
Exactly.
exactly
What I
right.
gotta put up with for this money? Are you
Yeah.
gonna be worrisome? Are you gonna get on my nerves?
Right.
Like, do I even like you like that?
Right.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right.
So I turn down more business than I get just for peace of mind
Mhm.
and sanity.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Because
right.
you got to know your ceiling. You got to know your cap. You got to
Exactly.
know, okay, I'm doing a little too much now.
Mhm.
It's getting too big.
Yeah, you gotta slow up.
I got to slow down a
Yeah.
little bit. Because I want to be able, whoever I'm working with, or whoever I'm partnering with, I
Mhm.
want to be able to get them 110% every time. If I
Okay.
can't, I don't want to do it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So
That
that's why I was
sounds
going to ask
good.
you, like, if you're working with a partner,
Mhm.
what is it something that you automatically require?
Something that I automatically require is that they have the money. A lot of
The
people,
first thing, yeah.
and I won't be sarcastic
Yeah.
when I say
Right.
that, but it's so many people that reach out to me about doing business with me or even about booking an artist, and they don't have the money.
Right.
And if you don't have it, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We can show you different ways to get the money. We can put you with somebody that has the money.
Okay.
But just be truthful and be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you start out lying in the beginning,
Oh,
it
yeah.
ain't a good sign.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some people just be wanting to have a conversation. And that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But don't come to me acting like you have this and we know you don't have it.
Like you ready.
And that ain't no
Mhm.
shade to anybody, but just
Right.
make sure your business
Right.
is intact when you come to me, because my business is gonna be straight.
Right.
So one of the things I require is that you are who you say you are,
Mhm.
and you have what you say you have.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that's my biggest requirement when partnering. And that you have a good name in the area or whatever market that we in. Market is just, when I say market, for the people who may not know, a market is just a different city or a different state that I work in. So when I say market, that means Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Richmond,
Okay.
St. Louis, stuff like that. Because I know
Okay.
we got listeners from all over.
Right.
Mhm.
So I want to make sure they get that
Right.
part.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure that you do good business, that that you have integrity,
Mm-hmm.
and that you do what you say you're gonna do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the part right there. I
Yeah.
think I posted that today too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did on my story. Make
It
sure
is, 'cause
your actions.
I think a lot of times, and I definitely understand and I get it. People see and they be like, "Oh, I want to make some money,"
Yeah.
but it takes money to make money.
Take
It
money to make
does.
money.
So,
Yes.
if you don't have the money, then you got to come in doing the work. You got to have you got to bring something to the table.
And and that's what I always say, because you can partner with people. Everybody might not have money,
Mhm.
but if you're going to partner, you have to have something that you're bringing
the
that's
table.
going to be needed.
Mhm.
So we might say, hey, we're a partner. You might have the money. You might have the connects. I might have the influence, whatever. but everybody's bringing something, and then you
Something.
put them together and you make it work.
Yeah.
But if you want me to bring in the money, bring in the marketing, bring in the connects,
Mhm.
bring in the promo,
And
the
bring-
work, you want me to do everything,
Yeah.
then what are
run
we
you the bag
partnering
What are we
after
for?
the
partnering for?
concert too.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's like, what
Yeah.
are we partnering for?
It's gotta
And
make
then we're going to
sense.
split.
Yeah.
What are we
What are
splitting?
we
You didn't
splitting?
do
You
anything.
didn't do nothing. And that be a lot of the things too, right? When people hit me up, they just want to give me the money and I do all the work and they just
So how that
sit
work?
back. I ain't doing that. I ain't working with nobody. We gonna do this together or we ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not in the business of somebody just sitting down while I do all this work.
Right.
And you're gonna get the same
And-
cut I'm getting.
Right.
No,
And it causes confusion too.
it do.
Because you're overworked, you're frustrated. And that's what anyone, when you starting to do everything,
Yeah.
and you have someone else pretty much tagging along,
Yeah,
it frustrates you.
it does.
So now that's friction between you and that
Yeah.
person, because it's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I'm doing everything, but you want to get the benefits from
want-
everything I'm doing. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah.
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 So that's not a good partnership anyway.
And I tell people all the time, I don't want to be seen. I want to be remembered.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care about, the likes and the comments and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I want you to remember me. I want my legacy to live on even when I'm gone. I want to
Mhm.
inspire somebody else, even
Mhm.
on this platform. I hope
Mhm.
my words touch at least one person out there to
That's
jump
right.
off the porch,
Right.
to step out on faith, to do whatever it is you want to be. And you don't got to be a promoter because I'm a promoter. That's another thing.
Absolutely.
People want to
yeah.
do stuff because they see you doing it.
Right.
Right.
If that's not your passion, if that's not your lane, it ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
Listen,
It's not.
I would do what I do right now for free. I
Mm.
love it.
Yeah.
If I didn't have bills and I didn't have a lifestyle,
Yeah,
I didn't have
right.
dating
Yeah.
and all this stuff, I would do it for free
Mm-hmm.
because I love what I
Right.
do.
Yeah.
You can tell when I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
My camera crew, a lot of times they mic me up and we do a lot of behind the scenes footage and them showing me interacting with people in the crowd and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I love what I do and it shows in my work.
Right.
It shows when I'm promoting. It shows when you see me at the show.
So let the work you done speak for you.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I think you get the best product that way. But I'm just saying that to tell people, like, just because you see, Tanya with a hair salon, you might not even do hair.
Right.
You
That's
ain't got to go
Right.
do hair because Tanya
Now,
do hair.
now I'm gonna go get me a hair
That's
salon
right.
because
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tanya doing hair and she look like she balling. So let me go get me a hair salon too.
Now, it's cool to be influenced. It's cool to be inspired.
Right.
But find out what you're passionate about. Find out what you're interested in. Find out what your talent is.
That's right.
And go after that. Be inspired, but don't just copy what somebody else doing because
Yeah.
you see them making money. If
Right.
it's something that you're into, that's different.
Yeah.
But don't just do it because you see Tanya with a hair salon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or you see Mike with a club or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do something you're passionate about and you'll see better results.
And you'll appreciate the headaches even more.
Yeah, you will.
And the stress that comes along with it.
Yeah.
Because you only see what people show you.
Mhm.
We don't see the behind the scenes. We don't see when you get stressed out. We don't see what somebody said it was coming and don't come. We don't see that you need a mental day.
Yeah.
We just see what you post or what
Mhm.
someone posts and it looks good.
And it looks
Like he's
good.
always clean, he's always with somebody, she's always this, she's always that.
Yeah.
And we're buying into that illusion.
That illusion. It's a lot of long days.
Yeah.
It's a lot of long days, like even, not to keep going back to COVID, but I didn't have to go through it. But a lot of people had their money tied up with a lot of these artists and a lot of these tours. They couldn't get their money back. So they just waiting 2 years. They got hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting out there like that. That's rough. And that's why I tell people, whether you're in this business or whatever business you is, do not put your last out there.
Yeah.
If this your last $20, I'm not going to put my last $20 for no investment.
Yeah.
Because investments go good and bad.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You put all your money you got into this one event, this one business, this one product, and it goes sour.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're scrambling.
Yeah.
The rent still got to get paid.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Tiffany
That's
still
true.
want to go to Root Chris on Tuesday. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You don't put all your
That's right.
eggs in,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I tell people, invest, do your research, stack your money up. If you do want to get in whatever business you is, get with somebody that's already doing it. If that's something you're passionate about, let them be your mentor if they allow it.
That's
Learn the ropes. Be an intern.
That's right.
Don't be too good. You look, Twan, I really want to get into this business. I'll do whatever. I'll
Mhm.
meet you at 1:00 in the morning, pass out them flyers.
Right.
That's what I want to see. Oh,
Yeah.
he out, she out here, he out here with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they don't have to be. But that just shows me you really want it.
How,
And
how hungry you
yeah,
are.
and I made a video, it went viral. And I said, everybody don't want it.
Mhm.
Like you just said, people want the suits, the cars, the
Yeah.
vacations, but do you really want the headache that comes behind this?
Not
Right.
at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Everybody don't want it.
No, because now everybody wants to be a boss, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to work for anybody.
Yeah.
But they feel like when you working for yourself, you shouldn't work. You have to still work because one, it keeps you humble.
Yeah. It keeps you humble.
Right. And it keeps you on the grind. So, but people think, oh, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, you still gotta work.
You still gotta work.
What if you got a store, somebody don't come in there? You still gotta hang that, you gotta tag, you
Yeah.
gotta ring them people up, you gotta
Yeah.
do customer service or whatever it is that you need to do. You can't sit and mope because somebody didn't come.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And another thing I want to say too, and I really want to put emphasis on this. Listen to your audience. I'm gonna look in the camera.
Yeah,
when
look in
I
the
say
camera
this.
right there.
Listen, it's nothing wrong with having a job or career and having a business.
That's
Your
right.
job, your career is your first investor. Where you gonna get the money from?
Yeah.
So stop looking at these people on Instagram with all these followers telling you entrepreneur. Most of them people got jobs. You know what I'm saying? So don't you get out here and get tricked up or listen to my story when I left the shipyard and say, I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow. Have you a plan in place? Do your research, take courses, go to networking events, build with somebody before you just jump off the porch because them bills gonna keep coming in. That mortgage don't stop.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to have a job. Don't make it seem like, man, I got a job, I want a business.
Mhm.
You can do both. And only quit your job, only quit your career when you have something that supplements that money. If you're making $100,000 a year at whatever career you're at, before you quit that career, you need something bringing you in $100,000 or more. That way, you know what? I'm comfortable.
Mhm.
I'm making that money consistently. It's constantly coming in.
Right.
I got passive income coming in.
Mhm.
I can walk away from here.
Yeah.
But don't let nobody on the internet trick you out of quitting your corporate job or your 9-to-5, your corporate career, your 9-to-5 job to get out here and to be an entrepreneur. Because listen, it ain't easy, baby. I'm going to tell you.
Sure
A lot of
enough.
days I'm stressed out. A lot of days I ain't ate. A lot of days I'm pulling my beard. Everybody getting on my nerves. It ain't easy as you think when you got to go out there and get your check. See, it's a difference when you can sit home and you can take a day off and you can FMLA and that check come in on Thursday.
Yeah.
But when you got to get up every day to make sure them bills getting paid,
Mhm.
to make sure that money coming in, it's a
Mhm.
difference.
Yeah.
So
It
just
is.
make sure that you prepare for that before you say, I'm going to quit my job and start a boutique. I'm going to quit my job and be a barber. Make sure you got some passive income in place and something in place to supplement that income you're making from that job. And use your job like they're using you. If you don't like
Yeah.
your job, get every dollar, every piece of knowledge, every piece of skill you can for them because they using you. They ain't paying you enough. I don't care how much you get paid. Ain't no job paying you what you're supposed to get paid because they got to make a profit. Use them like they're using you. Get all the overtime, all the bonuses, all
Yeah.
the skills under your belt. So when you do walk away, you don't got to go back.
Yeah.
Mhm. Boom.
That was some good stuff there. I'm sitting there, I'm taking
Mhm.
notes from you. And you know what? It leads me to this. Everybody, when I was saying about everybody wants to be a boss,
Mhm.
everybody's not meant to be a boss.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
They're not.
Like Miss Go Getter said a couple of episodes back, if everybody's a boss, hell, who working?
Somebody got to be the worker.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Somebody
And it's
gotta be the
nothing, it's
worker.
nothing wrong with it. My whole thing is this: whatever you do, be good at what you do and be confident
Right.
in what you do.
Yes.
Don't allow anybody or anything to tear you down.
Yes.
But just be good at what you are. If you're a worker, you're a worker. If you're a boss, you're a boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just be good.
Just be good. Be great at what you do. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best people in the world are workers.
Mhm.
Some of the best people in the world are customer service reps or
Yeah.
greeters when you go to Walmart and Kroger. Nicest
No, not
people in the
Walmart.
world. Well, not
Chick-fil-A.
Walmart. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Some of the nicest people
Yeah.
are workers. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And don't feel like just because social media portray this image that you have to be a boss, or these rappers,
Yeah.
I'm a boss, I'm a boss.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, somebody got to be the customer. Somebody got to be the worker. Somebody got to be the janitor.
That's right.
Somebody got to work the drive-through. Everybody got to know their role and know their position. But don't think you got to stay there.
Yeah.
You can work your way
You can
up.
work your way up.
But
yeah.
don't think you just, I got to be a boss.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tim a boss, I'm going to be a boss.
Yeah.
No, you got to work your way up to that.
That's
what
right.
I'm saying?
That's right. So what do you have going on now? Like what tea can you give us? What are you working on? Give us some type of exclusive.
Okay.
Don't nobody know.
The exclusive I'm working on is more than one thing, actually. I know I wear a lot of hats. So I didn't mention it before, but I'm real big in fashion.
Okay.
We used to make our own custom clothes and jackets and stuff like that. So I'm going to get back into that. I eventually want to open my own venue.
Okay.
That's the major goal. And the last goal is I'm going to be doing 10, 20, 30, 50,000 seater venue shows with like Adele,
Okay.
Bruno Mars. I'm going to be
That's gonna
doing
be nice.
big
Yeah. arena
type stuff.
Yeah.
That's the next level that I'm going to after this.
That's definitely commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to that level, more of a the best step that I can go to from the position I am now. You know,
Mhm.
right now I'm filling up rooms from 300 to about 2,500 people.
Okay.
So I know that I can fill up 10,000 seater rooms. Because even with the Jeezy show, it was so much layover from that show. I could have did another show that next night
Oh wow.
and sold both of them out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I want to get to more of the commercial stuff, like stuff you see at like the casino and stuff, Usher and
Yeah.
the Weekend. I want to get into big artists like that, big arenas like that. And that's why you'll really truly see me blossom from there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's definitely a good move there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because you need that, because the biggest thing, the reason why I want to do that for Virginia and my other different markets is a lot of those big shows that you want to go to, they don't come to Virginia.
No,
Mm-mm.
not
You
at
got to
all.
go to DC. You got to go to
Mhm.
Charlotte. Why can't them shows come here?
Right.
You know, why can't Adele come here? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Why can't Bruno Mars come here to the amphitheater? It will sell out in days.
It sure will.
Everybody
Because,
loves Bruno Mars.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna
Mhm.
give you a
and he's gonna give you a performance.
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
somebody that everybody likes.
Yeah.
And I want to move more towards diversity audiences.
That's when you
Mhm.
commercial. That's when
I
you
want to
know.
do every
That's when
culture.
you know.
I
Yeah.
don't just want us.
That's
Right.
right.
I want white, black, Chinese, Mexican, LGBT, all
Everybody.
those different
Yeah.
things. So in
Mhm.
order to do that, I got to step it up to another level.
That's
And
right.
so that's the goal, to be able to do big arena shows all over the East Coast and eventually all over the world.
So are you afraid to do that?
Nah,
Not-
I can't wait.
But you know,
I'm
I think
excited.
once you hit a certain point, a stop, you can't go back. So
Mm-mm.
that is the next step for you.
Yeah.
That is the next step. So I'm sure, I have no doubt that you're gonna succeed.
Yeah. I tell everybody, right? Have a bucket list,
Mhm.
personal and business, you know, especially with big business. It's like, okay, once I reach here, where do I want to go? Like you said, you can't just stop and go back.
Yeah.
You got to move
You
forward.
gotta move forward.
You know what I'm saying? The rear view mirror is behind you for a reason. The windshield in front of you for a reason.
Big, yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
see
Look how
everything.
big the windshield is.
Yeah.
Look how small the rear view mirror is. So you want to look forward. You don't want to look back. So
I like that.
have a bucket
Mhm.
list of, okay, once I get this hair salon or this barbershop, I want a franchise.
Yeah.
Once I get this podcast popping in Virginia, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to go to different festivals. I want to go on a podcast tour.
Right.
Always
Promote,
think
yeah.
about whatever business you got, whatever brand you got, how can I scale?
Mhm.
If you want 10,000 listeners, how can you get 100,000?
That's right.
See, people think small-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
if you think small-minded, that's going to put you in a box. That's going to put a ceiling on
That's
what you
what
can
your
do.
results gonna be.
That's what your
Mhm.
results going to
Yeah.
be. And you know, don't never let nobody downplay your dreams or tell you can't do that or that's impossible or nothing like that. Anything possible. A man
That's
went to
right.
the moon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anything possible.
Mhm.
You know, even with what I done, humbly saying, coming from Suffolk, with what I done, whether you like, love, or hate me, it's amazing to see. And it should inspire you in some kind of way.
It should.
If somebody
It
you
should.
went to school with, somebody you grew up with, somebody that you're probably family members with, or your friend or used to date it, has
Mhm.
made it this far.
Yeah.
And if the Lord spare me and the next level I go to, it's gonna be incredible.
So let me ask you this. Some of the naysayers, right?
Uh-huh.
When they come to you and ask you, now you know for sure that they were one of the ones that kind of counted you out,
Uh-huh.
right? When they ask you, man, let me get in VIP or can I get a ticket?
Yeah.
What was your honest and actual response?
You know, in business, I try not to show favoritism. I try not to you know, in business, you don't want to never let personal get in the way of the money.
Right.
Mhm.
So I treat them with the same courtesy, and I just do it with a smile. And I do it with a smile because I let them know I remember.
Right.
I ain't forget. But this is business at the end of the day, and we're gonna get that check. So I still treat them just like I treat a regular customer or somebody that's been supporting me. Because again, customer service and people change.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
You might have, when we was in school, you might have hated my guts. But as we done grew up,
Mhm.
oh no,
Yeah.
dog cold.
Yeah.
He doing it.
Mhm.
Whether we had issues or not, you can't deny what he did.
Mhm.
Right.
And so I
Right.
treat them with the same courtesy because that's a part of customer service, right?
Mhm.
That's a part of just catering to your demographic and your crowd. So I don't like treat them differently, but they just got to pay a little extra.
Yeah, pay a
I'm just playing. I'm just
I
playing.
get you. I get you. So now, you're. I mean, you do a lot, and
Yes.
now you're adding more to your plate.
Yes.
So I'm just excited to see how in the hell you gonna be able to get all this done. Like,
Yeah.
you really gonna need some little mini me's running around.
I know, right? I
Definitely
need some little twins, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
But Ms. Logan, do you have any more questions before we wrap it up?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay, well, I want to know, being that you are, matter of fact, let me flip that. What advice would you give someone who's looking to get in the same industry as you?
That's a good question. My advice to anybody that wants to get in this industry or any industry, right, is believe in yourself if nobody believes in you. When I got into this business, you know, the concert business and stuff like that, everybody laughed in my face. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I was crazy. You'll never work with Jeezy and Cardi B and all these different people. And I'm just one of them people. I believe in proving people wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It motivates me. And you might need a little bit more motivation than I need, but I just want to tell you, you don't want to live with regrets. Whatever you want to do, stop procrastinating and do it today. Tomorrow, not promise. You know, I love
Today not promised.
today, not promise. I
Yeah.
love Move Away, but we know what goes on in Suffolk. We know what goes on in Norfolk and Portsmouth and all these different areas. We seen what just happened on Granby Street
Yeah.
the weekend.
Mhm.
Unfortunate. Rest in peace to all the victims. So you don't have as much time as you think you got. So value your time and figure out what it is you want to do and get to work.
That's right.
Whatever you want to put out tomorrow, why we can't get it done today?
Yeah.
Whatever business, whatever brand you're trying to start, why we can't start it today? Next year ain't promised. You never know. It might be another COVID situation. We might be in a war. You might not even be financially or mentally have the mindset to do what you're thinking about doing now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it today. And listen, I'm a living testimony. If I can do it, you can do it too. No matter what it is you want to be. You know, if you believe it, if you have the mindset, if you have the willpower, if you have the work ethic, you can be whatever it is you want to be in this life. You just don't want to live with regrets. You don't want 10, 20 years go past, man, I should have did this. Man, I was good at basketball. Man, I should have did. Do it. Because what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to fail? A failure is nothing but a paid lesson. You hear me? When you fail, that's just tuition for you to learn not to make those same mistakes again. We all failed. I failed. I'm still failing. But you know what? I don't give up. That's the difference between me and a lot of people in my shoes that's doing what I'm doing and other things. I didn't give up. I didn't let life get in my way. I didn't let circumstances get in my way. I didn't let my friends being locked up and my clients getting killed on camera stop me from being what it is Twan wanted to be. And it didn't matter who hated on me, who liked me, who loved me. I did it my way, and I did it how I wanted to do it. And I hope and I pray to the Lord that my words, that my journey, that whatever it is that I'm doing inspires you to get up and do whatever it is you want to do. And if this is my last interview or this is my last time being on camera, I just want to motivate one person out there to live your dreams to the fullest and realize anything is possible.
That's right.
Even if you from Suffolk, from anywhere, it don't matter where you from. What matters is where you at mentally, emotionally, and physically. And if I can do it, you can do it too.
Good word. That
Good.
was awesome.
That was good. I'm sitting there
you.
like this,
Thank
like
Me
you.
too. I'm like this. I'm like this.
Thank you. I try to get a word to the people.
Right. It's nothing wrong with that. And that's the as far as Wait Again Minute is concerned, we want to inspire and encourage and empower our viewers and listeners. That's why you don't see us up here talking ratchet or having these crazy, up here bashing people. No, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, we ain't here for that.
No, we're not here for that. So we're definitely here to inspire and empower our viewers and listeners. But before we go,
Okay.
I always ask, even though you said it prior to, but I'm gonna ask you again.
Okay.
How has your experience been since you've been on Wait Again Minute podcast?
Oh man, it's it's been really amazing. Like I said, I'm very, despite what people may think, I'm very humble. So even on the invitation to come, it just was, everything was professional. You asked for what you needed. Everything was very detailed. It was just very organized. It wasn't ratchet. It wasn't like no, excuse my language, nigger business. It was like, no, we need you here at this time. If you're not here at this time, this is what it's going to be. We want your phone on silent. We don't want you to name names. Everything was detailed to the T. And I tell people, and I want to tell people, if they invite you to this platform, I don't care how big you are, how small you are, come. Because everybody's got an audience that might not know who you are.
Right, that's right.
Don't think you're so big that everybody know who you is. Listen, it's people that's going to watch this or watching now. They never heard of me.
Absolutely. That's very true.
They never heard of me, never seen me, nothing, because I'm kind of under the radar a lot of times. So take advantage of platforms like this. Don't try to be Hollywood. Don't try to tell them they got to pay you and all this stuff. Every platform has an audience that never heard of you. And you never know when you go on these platforms, what kind of business may get done behind the scenes or after that episode or after y'all connect. So first impression is is real.
It is.
I came here with a suit on and they was like, why you got a suit on? First impression is the best impression. And I treated this platform just like I treat if I'm on the Breakfast Club, if I'm on 103 Jams, if I'm on BT. I don't belittle nobody. I don't look down on nobody. I treat everything the same. Now, how professional you ladies work to me, I wanted to come in the same vein. They got equipment, they got lights, they got soundboards. This is a real big thing. So they reach out, accept the invitation, and drop some gems while you're there, because somebody may be at the edge of that seat. Somebody may have that gun to their head, that pill bottle in their head, that knife to their wrist.
That's right.
Something you say may save somebody's life.
Right.
Something you say may encourage somebody to keep going and to keep pushing and to not give up. Because if you give up, the sky might have been the limit for you. If you give up today, you never know what 5 years would have brought.
That's right.
10 years would have brought. So when you come here, come on time, be organized, have your phone on silent. You know what I'm saying? And don't have no limit on what they can ask you. One of the things, and I ain't gonna spoil it, they said, is there anything you don't want to talk about? I said, we can talk about anything you want to talk about.
Right.
Don't come up here and be Hollywood, because it can all go tomorrow. You can lose everything you got in the blink of an eye or blink of a second. So be grateful, be humble, and just be courteous to the company you're around and to the people you're around. And networking is your net worth. We networking right now.
That's absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? When these cameras go off, a couple of days from now, or even after, as soon as they go off, we're gonna talk about other stuff we can do. other ways we can impact the community, other ways we can help the children that's missing in the human trafficking and all these different things going on in this area, how we can bring a spotlight, how we can stop some of this stuff that's going on. It ain't just about entertainment. It's about business.
That's right.
It's about how can we help people.
Say it again.
This about business. This
That's
about
right.
helping people. This about building our community up.
That's
This
right.
is about making Virginia a Houston, a Atlanta, a Vegas, a Miami. Because we got the talent, we got the land, we got the money. We just gotta stop being crabs in the barrel. We gotta stop hating on one another.
That's
You
it.
can get more money together than you can competing.
And say that again.
You can get more money together than you can compete.
I've been trying to tell them.
You know what I'm saying? Just because these ladies have a podcast and you have a podcast, wow, why don't we all go on tour together?
Right.
Why don't we all go to Something in the Water or the 420 Festival or any of these festivals together? And why don't we all connect the network? Why don't we interview each other?
And
You know what I'm saying? Why don't your podcast interview another podcast and vice versa? You both have audience that the other one may not know about.
That's
Right.
So let's start collaborating and stop competing. And Virginia could be one of the best places in the world to come visit for entertainment, for knowledge, for all this different stuff. And we can help each other because we got to stop the violence in the area.
Yeah.
We got to stop this human trafficking stuff that's going on. We got to stop these kids being missing. We got to come together. It ain't just about making money. It's about making an impact.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the money gonna come.
The money going to come.
Exactly.
The money is going to come. So, I just want to tell everybody, if they reach out to you, come on time, bring your A game, drop some gems, and don't be Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself, because one thing about it, two things for sure, it can all go away tomorrow. Be humble about your simple situation, be grateful, and just be honored. I'm really honored to be here.
And we're honored to have you.
Yeah, I'm really honored to be here. This was a pleasure being here. Hopefully I can come back or we can do some other things together. I really appreciate y'all having me up here.
And thank you for coming.
No problem.
So with that being said, I'm not going to hold it any longer because he has dropped some gems and I definitely don't want to walk behind him. But we want you guys to stay tuned to, matter of fact, how can people
contact me?
Contact you, yeah, follow you.
Okay, on Instagram, my Instagram is Fly By Any Means, that's spelled regular. And on Facebook, my name is Dantwan Gatlin. So that's DANTWAN, last name Gatlin with a G, GATLING. I do follow back. I do engage. I do answer my DMs. If you want to work, if you want to collab, if you got some ideas, if you want to connect, reach out to me. Don't let the pictures and the videos fool you. I'm very humble. I'm willing to work with anybody as long as it makes sense. As long as the energy is there.
I'm gonna say the energy gotta be right.
The energy gotta be there. If I'm not feeling it, I'm just not feeling it. But reach out and let's see how we can connect. We can, get some money, and last but not least, make an impact and make a change in the area because we need it.
That's right. So with that being said, we're gonna end it with our theme song. We're gonna get out of here.
All right. That song's fire.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And it's catchy. It'll keep ringing in your head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Got a brand new
good.
show that's breaking all the rules. Started out from VA and now we on the move. From local to global, cause
We got something to prove. We came from the bottom, now we at the tippy top.
to hold it down for our people.
Because we all we got. It's a cold, cold world.
We keeping it hot. With our future on the line, ain't no time to stop. All work over
Yeah, see, we having fun.
Yeah, we say it like it is.
Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team. Yeah, we getting it done.
And shout out to Travell.
Yeah, you number one.
It started with a dream that turned into a vision. Now educated new generations is our mission. Ears to the streets, yeah, we steady politicking.
If you ain't about to change, mind your business.
Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it.
I love that one. It's like a little chant. You know what I'm saying? It's nice.
Like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top 6 like we all up on the gram with it.